Welcome to the Bronx Journal. I'm your guest host, Natalie Patterson. The Bronx is known as one of the poorest areas in the United States, and with this reputation comes a host of social problems. Well, there is one organization that is working hard to change these negatives into positives. It's the New York Foundling Program. Their Mott Haven branch provides much needed social services to marginalized youth and families that have been destabilized. Here to tell us more about these programs is Jesus Ramos, Director of the New York Foundling's Mott Haven Prevention Program. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, can you tell us about these programs?
Sure. The New York Foundling Agency has been in existence for 140 years, and the Mott Haven Prevention Program was started in the Bronx in 1976, and their goal is to work with families to prevent children from entering the foster care system and to prevent the disintegration of families in the community. Within that program, we have the Mott Haven Leadership Program, which was created 17 years ago in order to offset the increase of gang violence, drugs, used by youngsters, and also to provide them an opportunity to go to a positive place so that we can encourage them and motivate them to do better educationally.
So, drugs and gangs is a prominent issue in this community?
Yes. The Mott Haven Leadership Program is located in the South Bronx. It's located literally in the heart of the South Bronx. And that area is well known for a high incidence of drugs, violence, and again, gangs. So a lot of the young people can be easily distracted and involved into doing the wrong thing. So what the Mott Haven Leadership Program does is it provides them with a program where they can come in after school every day from Monday to Friday. It services youth from 8 all the way to 17. And the idea is that these young people need a place to come in and get one way where they could see positive things going on. The program is run by males only, so they get positive role models, male role models who will work with them. And during that time that they're there, they get to have meetings where they meet as a group and they talk about different issues that may be impacting them, and teaching them ways to better manage conflict situation and come up with problem-solving skills.
This is a very unique program. How was it conceived?
Well, it came about because as I've been doing this for 24 years, and in the time that I've been working with young people, I've noticed that a lot of them were suffering from, they weren't academically, they weren't doing well. And again, it had to do more with peer pressure, influences in the community because of drugs, and again, gang violence. And so what we said was, if we provide these young people with a place where they could come in and they could literally be themselves, because what the program provides them is a space where they could come in to after school, and they don't have to have that front. A lot of these young people, when they're hanging out in the corners or they're hanging out with their peers, they have to maintain a front.
So they can be themselves.
Right, to be cool and to try and feel that they belong. But in our program, what we've provided is a space where they don't have these pressures. And the minute they walk in through that door, they can feel themselves and they can let their guard down and they could begin to, talk about and discuss issues.
So how do you pay for these programs? Where do you get your funding?
Well, we do get some city funding for the program. We get funding through ACS and the city. However,
that's the Administration of Children's Services?
Correct. ACS does provide us with some funding, and we also get some very light private funding. We're always constantly looking for some assistance financially. And it's very important now. I mean, as we're all aware, because of the economy, there's been a lot of city cuts, and that's going to impact our program greatly because of the fact that, we're not going to have the funds to provide them with all the resources that we normally do.
Okay. So who are the participants in the program? Can you tell me more about the specifics of who would qualify to participate?
Sure. The leadership program works with children who receive services already in the Mott Haven Preventive Program, but it also provides services to youth in the community at large. There's no catchment area. Any young person, 8 through 17, that wants to come in and participate is eligible. And we also have started a new program where we work with females as well.
Oh, great! Because that was going to be my next question. I keep hearing about boys, but no females, so that's great. And what services does the program provide specifically to these
Well, what
youngsters?
happens is these kids come in and they have a place where they can have some recreational play. So there is some rec time where they do get to, socialize and have a good time. But during that time, what we do is we role model for them. A lot of these young people in our community, the way they learn how to socialize is usually by bad mouthing each other, being intimidating, a lot of hand playing. In our program, they cannot. There's no hand playing, there's no cursing, and there's no hats, because we're trying to create gentlemen. And we're also trying to create young ladies with our new female leadership program.
And where do the participants come from? Is it just you? Do you have to live in Mott Haven, or?
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
take-
ideally, it's open to anybody within the Bronx or New York City. However, because you have to attend meetings every day after school, I mean, you have to be able to get to the program. It starts anytime after 2 p.m. On a school day, and then at about 4 p.m. we have meetings where we talk about different topics, which again, it's really to educate and motivate the young people to do the positive, things. Just to teach them to make the right choice, because a lot of times our young people get caught up with the peer pressure and they make choices based on that. And we teach them how to, building their self-esteem, that they can make better choices.
Okay. We'll be back with more after this short break.